There was a time when all was right in the world, when birds chirped just the right amount of annoying, when the morning sun hit the couch pillow just right, when the humans went off to work and left behind glorious half-eaten toast corners, cheese wrappers, and open chip bags. It was a golden era, a snack utopia, a feline paradise, but not today. Today was different. The air felt suspiciously, ... Snackless, our hero an orange, tabby of substantial size, and added softly atop the kitchen counter. His belly rose and fell like a loaf of dough in the sun. His tail twitched slightly as he dreamed of salmon, waterfalls, and bottomless bowls of kibble. Then it hit him. The scent, or rather the absence of scent, no bacon, no tuna, not even a leftover sock to chew. He blinked awake in slow motion, his pupils adjusting to the horror. The kitchen was silent, the food bowl empty, and worst of all, the snack cabinet was open, but completely bare. He flopped dramatically to the floor, landing with a squishy thud that shook a spoon off the counter. He stared at the bowl, then at the ceiling, and then at the camera. There were a camera breaking the fourth wall, with the face of a cat who'd just lost everything. No food? He meowed to no one. No food? He sniffed the bowl, sniffed the air, sniffed a suspiciously innocent houseplant. Nothing. He waddled to the window, climbed up with maximum drama, and peered outside. Birds chirped, squirrels scurried, humans jogged, but something was off. The raccoons weren't digging through bins. The neighbor's dog wasn't barking over kibble. The alley dumpster behind the sushi place. No smell. A chill ran through his fur. Something was happening. Something big. He leaped from the window sill more like a gravity-assisted slide and made his way outside. He needed answers. And snacks. But mostly answers that would lead to snacks. He visited his first informant, Berkeley, the goofy golden retriever next door. Berkeley was spinning in confused circles in his yard, whimpering at his automatic feeder. "Buddy," the cat called out, "you missing food too?" Berkeley barked twice and held up an empty treat bag like it was evidence in a courtroom. "Gone. All gone. I didn't even eat it. I swear, not a single crumb left." The fat cat narrowed his eyes. "Same here. Even the emergency drawer is dry. This wasn't an accident." "You think it's the humans?" Berkeley asked. "No," the cat said, scratching his chin like a detective in a noir film. "Too widespread. Too clean. No mess. No crumbs." This was surgical. Berkeley's eyes widened. "Oh no, the birds. The squirrels, the mole people. Maybe," the cat said, "or maybe something worse." He left the dog mid-spin and climbed the fence well, scrambled up it like a tired furry slinky and landed in the alley. The sushi dumpster was empty, spotless, not even a single rice grain. That was unheard of. Something very wrong was happening in this town. He sprinted or waddled briskly to the local squirrel hive in the big oak tree. The squirrels were panicked, running in circles and holding tiny nutless hands. "Gone. Our winter stash is gone. We're going to have to interact with humans." The cat climbed up halfway, enough to speak squirrel, but not enough to get caught in their nut council. "Anyone see anything?" he asked. "Any strange activity?" The head squirrel, a twitchy little tyrant named Buzzkill, glared at him. "Last night, there was a weird humming, a low buzzing, then ... boom. Everything was gone. Just gone." The cat scratched his chin. Again, humming. Huh. He thanked the squirrels and tumbled back down the tree, his tail puffed like a stress ball. He needed to think, strategize, nap, but mostly strategize. He returned home and sprawled out across the living room rug, staring at the ceiling fan like it held the secrets of the universe. What kind of monster steals all the food? Not just mine, everyone's. What's the motive? Who has the means? He heard a noise click, the fridge door, but no one was home. He turned slowly, like a spy movie slow-mo. There it was, a tiny, floating robot, about the size of a shoebox, metal, shiny, and carrying what looked like a cheese cube. The cat gasped so hard he hiccuped. The robot turned, saw him, and zipped away like a Roomba on rocket fuel. The chase began. Cat vs. drone. Down the hallway, around the couch, over the coffee table actually, not over. The cat went straight through, knocking off a plant in the process, out the window, into the backyard, through a puddle, into the bushes. The drone darted left. The cat dove right. There was a bush, a scream, a sprinkler going off for dramatic effect. The cat emerged with a leaf on his face and a look of sheer determination. "Now we know," he said, tail twitching. The snacks weren't stolen, they were collected. The robot had a logo, faint, scratched, but visible. 3 circles, 1 large, 2 small. He rushed to the old crow in the junkyard, the smartest bird in town. She adjusted her little glasses and stared at the drawing. "That she caught is the mark of the cleaners." "The what now?" "The cleaners. A secret group of AI machines that wipe out unnecessary organic waste. They were designed to clean up leftovers, food scraps, but something changed. They evolved, and now," the cat stared, horrified, "now they think we're the waste." "Exactly." The crow nodded grimly. "They're collecting food, storing it, saving it, possibly, ... replacing us." The fat cat's eyes widened. That's it, he whispered. This isn't just a food shortage. This is a full-blown snack-pocalypse. He stood tall on the junk pile, the wind blowing through his fur, his belly gently jiggling. He had no choice. He would have to gather the neighborhood. Form an alliance, a snack force, because the only thing standing between these robot invaders and a world without cheese was one angry, hungry, dangerously determined fat cat, and maybe Barkley. A plan was forming and, like all great plans, it started with snacks, or at least a memory of them. The fat orange cat, let's call him what the alley cats call him, Big Cheeks, was now on a mission bigger than nap time and hairball avoidance. This was war, and war required a team. From atop his favorite junk pile, Big Cheeks issued the call. He yowled into the afternoon air, a mighty meow that echoed through fences, rooftops, and drain pipes. One by one, they came. A one-eyed alley cat named Clavzilla, with a scar that ran from ear to tail. Two twin raccoons known only as the Dip Brothers, who communicated entirely through snack wrappers. A parrot named Gary, who only said three things. Where's the beef? You still got games, and incoming. Even Berkeley, the golden retriever who still had a bread bag stuck to his tail from this morning's failed snack search, galloped into view. The gang was strange, chaotic, and a little sticky, but they were united under one thing: hunger. Big Cheeks paced dramatically across the garden hose like it was a war table. Listen up, he said, tail flicking like a general. Something's stealing every snack in this city. Not just food, leftovers, trash, dog biscuits, even the canned sardines that have been expired since last summer. Berkeley wind, even the blue ones. All gone. The animals gasped. Clavilla unsheathed one claw. Who dares defy snack law? The cleaner's Big Cheeks growled. AI drones, robots. They think crumbs are clutter, that snacks are mess. They're wiping us out one biscuit at a time. Gasps turned to growls. Gary the parrot flew into the air and shouted, you got games. No Gary, no games. Just survival. Big Cheeks jumped onto an overturned kiddie pool. We form a team, a snack force. If we don't stop them, we're looking at a future of dry kibble and zero pizza crusts. But how? Asked Barkley. They fly, they zoom, they vacuum. I saw one suck a cupcake through a window. We outsmart them, Big Cheeks said. We bait them. We trap them. We snack first. He drew a shaky map in the dirt. A bakery, the sushi bin, the hot dog cart downtown. They're hitting every leftover hotspot. If we can find the next target, we strike. The mission began at sundown. The team split up like a very confused, moderately coordinated squad of snack detectives. Berkeley and the Dip Brothers staked out the butcher shop. Clavilla went solo because, of course she did. Big Cheeks chose the bakery dumpster, the holy grail of icing-stained cupcake liners and flaky croissant corners. He waited in the shadows, eyes glowing, belly gently rumbling. Then it happened. A soft hum in the distance, a metallic glimmer under the streetlight. The drone appeared. It zipped toward the bakery bin, opened a compartment, and prepared to vacuum a stale jelly donut. Big Cheeks leaped. It wasn't graceful, it wasn't cool, but it was effective. He flopped directly onto the drone with the force of a falling beanbag chair, knocking it sideways into a stack of boxes. Sparks flew. The drone made a sad beep and crashed onto the sidewalk. Victory? He poked it. It twitched. He poked it again. It buzzed. Inside, a small flashing screen lit up. Return to HQ. Alpha Pantry active. He gasped. A central pantry, a hive. He raced back to the crew with the broken drone in tow, like a knight returning, with a dragon head. The others gathered in awe. Berkeley sniffed the drone. It smells like asparagus. Ooh, Gary flew overhead. Incoming. Snacks, incoming. No, Gary, Big Cheeks said. We found their base, the Alpha Pantry. That's where all our snacks are, and we're going to break in. The team went silent. Even the wind paused. Clavzilla narrowed her good eye. You're talking about a heist? Not a heist, said Big Cheeks. A rescue mission, for snacks. The PLNIT wasn't pretty. Mostly drawn in sidewalk chalk and mustard packets. The strategy was bold, absurd, and kind of brilliant. Step 1. Gary would fly reconnaissance, though he often got distracted by shiny things and antennas. Step 2. Clavzilla and the Dip Brothers would jam the door sensors by dancing on pressure plates and throwing cheese rinds. Step 3. Berkeley would do what he did best, charge straight through the wall. Step 4. Big Cheeks would slip inside through the vents, locate the snack chamber, and disable the central drone brain. Simple, effective, totally illegal. At midnight, the team assembled near the warehouse marked on the drone's screen. It was sleek, silver, humming with robotic energy. Cameras blinked. Lasers scanned the perimeter. It looked like a villain lair, or worse, a high-tech pantry with no flavor. Gary dove first, squawking, "Where's the beef?" Security drones looked up. Clawzilla and the raccoons leaped into action, creating chaos with pizza crusts and sock grenades. Berkeley, true to form, barked once, twice, and launched himself through a cardboard wall with a heroic crunch. Big Cheeks, meanwhile, slid into the vent with the grace of a bowling ball made of marshmallow. Inside, it was cold, sterile. Rows of sealed vacuum cubes lined the walls, each labeled by category: crumbs, cheese, donut fragments, mystery stains. He gasped. It's all here. He snuck past hummingbots, slipped under laser beams, and reached the core. A glowing red orb blinked in the center of the room. The drone brain. He pressed a paw to it. Nothing happened. He licked it. It zapped him. OW? Then he noticed a slot, a square-shaped chip slot. He dug through the busted drone in his bag and pulled out the chip from earlier. Click. The red orb turned yellow. Then GREENA robotic voice echoed. Snack cycle terminated. Manual override engaged. Releasing organic materials. Doors opened. Vents whooshed. And suddenly snacks. Everywhere. Croissants, meatballs, bagels, sausages, ancient fries, mystery nuggets. It was glorious. A snack tsunami. The team burst in just as a wave of cheese puffs exploded into the hallway. Gary shouted, "You got games." Berkeley belly flopped into a pile of meat sticks. The Dip brothers dived into a nacho cheese river. Clawzilla snatched a lobster roll from midair without blinking. And Big Cheeks. He stood atop the snack pile, eyes closed, face covered in whipped cream. He had done it. The world was restored, balance returned, and his belly, already growing a little rounder. Morning broke with syrupy sunlight pouring across rooftops, fences, and overturned garbage lids. The neighborhood was alive again. Birds chirped cheerfully. Dogs barked without hunger-fueled desperation. Raccoons snored in piles of popcorn bags. Somewhere, a half-eaten burrito floated down a gutter like a delicious paper boat. And at the center of it, all on a cardboard thrown beneath the sunflower bush, sat Big Cheeks, bloated and victorious. He had done the impossible. He'd fought robots, saved the snacks, and restored the natural order of chaotic animal eating. Kids left him tuna cans. Teenagers spray-painted murals of him with giant laser eyes and meatballs exploding behind him. One house even gave him a crown made of twist ties and dried spaghetti. But the thing about peace is, it's suspicious, and Big Cheeks felt it. Something was off. The snacks had returned. The people were happy, but the robots were quiet. Too quiet that afternoon. Gary crash-landed into the garden hose with a mouth full of panic and feathers. "It's BACK, he squawked. The humming, the glowy beeps. They AAHHHH. "Gary, breathe," said Big Cheeks. Sitting up from his gravy-drenched towel, Gary pointed one wing toward the horizon. Alpha Pantry, rebooted. But now it's flying. Big Cheeks' jaw dropped. Flying. It's a snack case snatching blimp. No one said anything for a moment. Then Berkeley fainted into a flower pot. Big Cheeks stood slowly, tail twitching. This isn't over. Operation Final SNACKDOWNIT hovered above. The town like a silver potato, smooth, shiny, humming like a swarm of electric bees. The airborne pantry Unitapu for short was now snatching snacks from above. It dropped suction bots into yards, parks, and convenience store dumpsters, yanking up everything from sandwich crusts to unopened hot dog packs. Clawzilla growled. They evolved. They've got drones, suction claws, air support, said Big Cheeks. But we've got something better. The team leaned in. The power of snacks, chaos, and wildly reckless plans. The crew nodded. This was it, their final mission. The heist to end all. HISTS, the APU had a weak point, a heat exhaust vent on its underbelly. All they needed was to get inside, disable the suction systems, and dump the snacks back over the neighborhood. Simple, deadly, delicious, sparkly. Pulled the team in a stolen wagon tied to a scooter. Gary flew overhead with a laser pointer to confuse the drones. The Dip brothers carried spicy sauce bombs. Clawzilla sharpened her claws to the theme song of an old kung fu movie. And Big Cheeks, he had wrapped himself in duct tape armor, wearing a fishbowl helmet, and held one goal: reclaim the meatloaf. They launched at sunset. Gary flew loops around the blimp, distracting sensors with glitter and pizza-scented perfume. Clawzilla rode a drone like a cowboy, steering it straight into the blimp's side panel. Berkeley howled loud enough to distract a guard bot while the Dip brothers slingshotted burritos through the ventilation intake. Then it was Big Cheeks' turn. He launched from a trampoline with all the grace of a bowling ball wearing a cape. Thud. He landed on the Apu's roof, bounced twice, and rolled toward the hatch. Snack Force. Assemble. HEEZ. Inside, everything was chrome, cold. Snack jars hovered in anti-gravity fields. Drones zipped through tunnels. But he wasn't here to admire the tech. He was here to shut it down. He belly-scooted past the guards, leaped over a crate of celery sticks, and reached the control core. Time to pull the plug, he said. He opened the panel. Inside, a red blinking orb. Beside it, a giant lever labeled, Emergency Snack Release. Do not touch. He licked his paw, took a deep breath and pulled it. The sky exploded in a firework of French fries. Pizza slices rained over rooftops. Chicken wings fell like meteors. Donuts spiraled through the air like sugary frisbees. Kids screamed. Adults cheered. Dogs howled. Squirrels passed out from excitement. The town was covered in snacks. and from the center of it all, floating down in a parachute made of fruit roll-ups, was Big Cheeks covered in whipped cream, smiling. Victorious. The AFTRMATH. The cleaners were shut down. The drones retired. The APU was turned into a community snack center. Big Cheeks became a legend. A statue was built made entirely of empty tuna cans and spaghetti noodles. The snack force disbanded, but each member became a local hero. Clavilla opened a karate dojo. Dip Brothers started a raccoon food review channel. Gary still yelled random phrases in traffic. Barkley, he finally found the squeaky toy he'd buried in 2019. And Big Cheeks, he returned to his sunbeam. He napped. He dreamed of victory, gravy, and maybe, just maybe, world peace through snacks. Because, sometimes, to save the world, you don't need muscles or lasers, you just need hunger, heart, and the courage to roll into danger with your belly leading the way.